What's up, everybody? It's me, Juliet, your Scorpion Goddess, and I'm in a different setup. I'm downstairs today. I got my little microphone going on, and we are doing the astrology breakdown from August 1st. It's a new month to August 7th, along with pulling some cards from the tarot and oracle decks. So if you're interested in seeing what's going on, what's in store for this week, stay tuned, especially if you have fixed, prominent placements like Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Hey guys, so this week we start out not only just a new month, August 1st, but we're dealing with a major conjunction. So we have the North Node, which is more of a mathematical alignment in the sky, along with Uranus and Mars, all at 18 degrees. So they're stacked on top of each other in the sky in the fixed sign of Taurus. So not only are we just dealing with a conjunction in fixed sign of Taurus, which is earth energy, we have the sun in Leo, so we're dealing with all fixed signs because we're dealing with their opposing factors as well. So if you have prominent fixed placements like your sun or rising especially, then this week give yourself a break, because there's a lot of shit happening to you. There's a lot of changes, there's a lot of things coming from left field. And if you're dealing with a fixed sign in your life, check in on them, because this week is insane. So Uranus is a planet of shock, surprise, progression, changes that need to happen, seeing things and thinking outside of the box. The North Node is our destined fate, and Mars is action, aggression, and war. So with all of these conjunct in the same place at 18 degrees in Taurus, this is on a mundane level, global, worldwide. We could see a lot of shocking news coming out. We could see Taurus deals with our finances and comfortability, so there could be some shocking news that comes out online where it has to do with stocks, the lottery, and this could be approaching this transit. Like last week we had that major lottery with like $1 billion, something like that, and somebody won that, and that was like such a huge amount of money to win. And this was just days leading up to this transit, and we can also see the stuff manifest a few days after, even a lot longer time frame afterwards as well, because we're dealing with fixed energy. And then so just expect to see some crazy things. Mars also has a lot to do with the body too, so there could be some shock, wear and tear that may happen to the body, more accidents. We may hear news of protests because of that Uranus, and violence in the streets happening from protests, maybe more people getting hurt than they typically would in a protest. So be aware of some stuff like that. But the thing is, with the North Node being in this conjunction, this is a destined faith. This is destiny. This is where we want to reach. This is where we want to go. So in the end, it's more for our highest good. But we're dealing with that opposition with that Scorpio South Node of releasing and tripping out and getting rid of things that just no longer meant for us. So with that opposing, we can see a lot of death and releasing, letting go, shifting, transitioning, all of that. So that's just something to kind of throw out there and keep in mind. So like I said, with the fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Sun and rising, you will feel the effects of this change more. But this isn't something to be afraid of. This is something that, because fixed signs are all about control and what they can hold security in, especially that Taurus, they need to feel secure. So with it being in, this Uranus, this sudden change, we need to be open to the changes that do come away, because this is for the long run, something that is positive, something that's good for us, something that is meant to be, to get us to that highest state of mind and place spiritually, physically, all of that stuff. So just be open to the changes, and this would be a good time to put down what it is, if you did not yet, with that new moon in Leo we had, manifesting what it is that you do want and being specific with that, and allowing to be open to how these things kind of unfold for you. Another thing is, we're starting the week out with the moon in Virgo, so this can be very good for us with that organization, planning. The moon being in Virgo is where our emotions are at and the public tone for the most part. So this is a good, because it's Monday, it's good with the Virgo moon helping us set up, Virgo is very focused on the body, the health, the maintenance. So if you have car maintenance you need to take care of, this is the week where we're going to be starting to take care of these things. Back to school shopping, because school's around the corner if you have kids that are going back to school, food shopping, and setting up a new exercise regimen, all of this stuff, especially with that conjunction with the Mars, where it's very focused on the body as well. So these two planets can work very well together. They're trining because these are earth signs, which I wasn't even thinking about. So yes, so this can pan out very well for us as well. 18 degrees is actually a Virgo energy. So with that Virgo moon, you can kind of put these two together to really help yourself plan something out, especially if you're trying to focus on how to become healthier, become more comfortable within your home. What kind of things do you need to pack up and get rid of to donate? Because Virgo is a very nurturing, thinking about the other person, catering energy. So what do you need to clear out to feel more sustainable, to get, maybe you want to get better fabrics for your sheets. This is like a very big Taurus energy, because it's about quality and comfort. So that Virgo comes in, is like, okay, what can I do to take care of myself a lot better, to feel better? So Monday is a lot of stuff happening, but again, just be open, and things are working out shockingly very well. But comment down below, do you have prominent, fixed energy in your chart, and did you have a crazy week, or do you feel something? Are you excited about this change, or are you dreading it? Because it's kind of a mixed bag from the fixed signs that I personally know, and myself as well. So share that down below. Now, when we get into, if you have your astrology journal, when we get into Thursday on the 4th, you see right there, we have Mercury leaving Leo. I feel like it was in Leo for a week, honestly. And it's going to be going into its domicile sign of Virgo. So that means we're getting closer to Virgo season, even though we're still in Leo season. Don't worry, Leos. Mercury is our thoughts, our ideas, our communication, where our creative flow kind of comes from, and how we speak it out and show up in that way. So with it being in Virgo, it's very meticulous. It's very particular about the moves that it makes. It's very intelligent. It pays attention to the details in every aspect. So you will definitely find yourself crossing your T's and dotting your I's and showing up more professional when it comes to speaking. This is a really good time to use this Mercury and Virgo to gather people together and kind of manage a lot of things. Even micromanaging can work very well with this Virgo and Mercury. It'll be a lot easier to flow with a lot of things too. With the Mercury and Virgo, we could find ourselves overthinking to stress ourselves out as well, because Mercury is the mind in Virgo, because it pays attention to details. The downside is it can become very obsessive over the details, where it skips the bigger picture. So we could get kind of lost in that place of paying attention to the minor details and not getting the final project out because we want to over perfect things. So that's just one thing that you may want to look out for with this transit. But all in all, Mercury loves being in Virgo, so it is a great transit to have for us. So want to see for this week for the collective. So we have 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 4 Swords. So I'm seeing this as a lot of stability, standing your ground. There's a lot of things changing around us that is happening maybe in a way we're not really too excited about or want it to happen, but this change is, it's pushing us where we need to go. But this week there needs to be this sense of stillness without that action being taken. We need to kind of sit back and allow the things around us. We're sitting back and allowing the things around us to open up and change, but we know that we need to kind of sit back and rest. I'm seeing it kind of like feeling overwhelmed by the stuff happening around you, feeling very overwhelmed and like I really can't do anything. So I kind of have to sit in what I'm feeling and what's happening around me because I have no control. That's what I'm seeing. You have no control over this. All you can control is your own feelings and how you handle the situation. You're trying to, you're holding on to what you can because there's so much stuff that just is out of your hands at this moment. And I'm seeing this for some people being very tiring and very draining because this I don't want to keep using the same words that I do, honestly. I've tired myself out saying the same goddamn thing of this huge shift and change. And it's like, we get it, Juliet, you're a Scorpio, it's constantly transforming, we get it. But it's still that same kind of energy of there is a huge change around you happening this week. And you have, again, everything is out of your hands, but a lot of this stuff that's happening is your hopes and wishes. And I talked about that North Node. This is like your fate, destined things happening. But what choice are you going to make? All you can do is kind of allow it to come to you. Now this is that divine feminine receiving. You don't need to go out and chase it. This is a time where you need to sit back and again sit in your own feelings and your own emotions. Ground yourself, stand your ground, but be open. And in this time of rest, I'm feeling like a lot of like, it's kind of like feeling overwhelmed, but at the same time it's like loosening the reins of being like, I can't do anything about this, so I'm just gonna go take a nap. That's what I'm getting. I can't do anything about this, so I'm just gonna kind of take a nap. I'm gonna chill. I see a lot of people, there's been like this self-work kind of thing going on, and there's only so much self-work you can do, and now it's like to be proactive or productive is to do nothing. You gotta allow the stuff to unfold in front of you. We have the Ace of Cups, right? I want to know why the Ace of Cups is out here. Sometimes my cards will come out reversed, and it's like, I tend to just read off of the energy, so that can be a little bit of a tarot tip for some people if they're like, I'm not really sure what does this mean, because that can happen sometimes. Like this came out reversed, but I picked it out like this. This is a time where, again, this is that feminine energy. This is that I'm going to receive all of what I do deserve and the rewards that are coming my way. But right now, there is so much changing, and there may be a lot of chaos around you at this moment. So there is a lot of chaos and stuff around you, but this can also be emotional turmoil is what I'm picking up. There's emotional turmoil happening this week, and it's like, when am I gonna finally get my piece of the pie? I feel exhausted. When is my time going to come? I'm also seeing a lot of people getting together and celebrating as well. I'm seeing somebody overcome some major thing that has affected them. It's been some like emotional thing. I see somebody like, graduation is what they're saying, but it's not an actual like graduating from school. It's more of like you graduated in the next stage of maturity, is what's standing out. I want to see. Leela's about to jump up. All right. So, Leela. So this right here. 10 of Wands, the Emperor, 2 of Pentacles, and the Moon card. So with these all flying out at the same time, this is talking about its own story for a lot of people. Now there can be, it's like you're kind of juggling back and forth of letting some kind of dominant energy possibly go. This could be a person in itself, you know, somebody who has a lot of masculine or even Aries energy, or this could even be your own self and your own restrictions. I'm seeing you guys having to release some restrictions you have placed on yourself, and you're gonna have to kind of juggle with that, allowing to receive. I think there's a lot of push that's been instilled in a lot of your guys' minds of being told like, I have to work hard to receive what it is that I want to get in life. And this week, like there's this mental juggle going on of, you know, do I really need to do that? Or if I want something bad enough, can I call it in and allow it to come to me? I'm also seeing things may be kind of rocky. What's that? Things may be kind of rocky for some of you guys too this week emotionally. I think some of you guys are going to be dealing with a lot of shocking news this week where it's going to throw you in through an emotional tornado. And it's like juggling between, do I self-sabotage? That's standing out very strongly. Do you self-sabotage this week, or do you take that next step to overcome this shocking news that you have received? You know, how can you be a leader in your own life and in the people that are surrounded around you? I feel like some of you guys are carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders, and it needs to be dropped and let go of. I think some of you guys may be dropping a bunch of secrets or, you know, stuff that's just been within you, and you're like, I need to get this off my chest. I'm seeing a lot of you guys being a lot more vulnerable and taking that into like a leadership role, like you're stepping out and people are really seeing who you actually are, because you've always put up this armor of, you know, protecting yourself. This is showing you wear this armor to protect yourself because you don't want to let people in, because you're afraid to, because of how people may look at you or judge you. And this week you're starting to remove some of the pieces of that armor. Like I'm seeing like a knight like start to take off that suit that they wear. And by doing that, you're letting this load that you've been carrying around you off. I'm seeing a lot of people deal with a lot of like shoulder and neck pain, especially this week. Stretching the neck out would be really good. I'm seeing people having to deal with like a heavy chest, a heavy weight, feeling like something is sitting on your chest, suffocating you. And it's like, how do I let this out? How do I tell people how I feel? How do I execute my feelings out into the world? Like, do I tell people how I feel? Do I put it into some creative thing? Do I write it down on paper? Do I go for a walk? How do I blow up the steam? I feel like some of you guys are like kind of going back and forth on what's the best way to do this. But what you need to do with the moon card is coming in and saying like, stop thinking about it. You got to stop thinking about it and just do what you feel. You know, it's like, which path do I go down? And the moon is coming in and saying, follow your emotions. Let that freaky side of you come out and express that stuff that's weighing on you. Set yourself free. You know, let it out to the moon. Yell it. Call it out to the moon. That's very big this week. Especially that shoulder and neck pain for a lot of you guys. And that heavy chest thing I was picking up on too. seeing a lot of people have panic attacks this week also, having trouble breathing, getting in a place and being like, oh, I can't breathe, even if you're not prone to like having anxiety, like seeing like anxiety, panic attacks happening for some people. Queen of Swords reversed, so it's like, how do I get my power back of how I speak? I'm seeing like that inner child, like somebody of power talking to you, and that inner child of, oh, I shouldn't say anything, I shouldn't speak up, is coming out. And maybe that's some of that struggle that some of you may be dealing with this week, is not knowing if it's okay to speak up. But you have a voice, so use it. Don't let that stop you. And again, this whole area, like from your chest to here, is just, this is where all the issues are at this week. Your throat and your chest, of like speaking the truth from your heart, letting that come out. Stop thinking about it. Queen of Swords is like, she's very logical, but she's saying like, stop thinking about it and just let it out. You gotta let your sometimes your feelings just guide you and let them take over. Seeing some people do some like protection spells, some energy work, some clearings, some energy clearings is coming out too. Do you know that energy clearing is going to be really good for this week? Oh, Lila. We have the Temperance card. It's, you know, we've been getting the Temperance card a few times this week, so we're still in search of that restoring balance. But there's so much work that goes into restoring balance. It only takes a day or a week. You know, there's a lot of stuff that needs to go into it. Like, it takes 21 days to create a new habit. And I think this is like third week in a row where I've gotten the Temperance card. So what is it that you've been lacking that you kind of need to step up? Maybe you've been overworking yourself, and you know you need to take on that Four of Swords of just complete rest and stillness. There's a lot happening around you. Remember, you can't control the stuff around you, so grab onto what you can control, what you still do have, whether it's your dignity or your, I don't know, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be something physical. It can be a sense of what makes you you, and hold on to that. And you know, how can you, I just think a lot of us are going to be trying to find peace this week because there's so much happening. It's like all I can do is find peace. That's really it. That's all I'm hearing. That's it. I'm going to pull some oracle cards. This reading, like, I don't know. I hope this reading reaches some of, like, a lot of you guys, but I just feel like this reading's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's my energy. But, Earth. Learning how to be human in a world, but not of it. Learning how to be human in a world, but not of it. So this is learning how to really get back in touch and in tune with being yourself, and letting that stand out while still being a part of the collective, but still being your own individual self. And that's what Leo season really teaches us. Who are we at our core, and how can we stand out to the people around us? Because Aquarius is all about that collective, which is Leo's opposing sign, its sister sign. So it's like working together, that Leo and Aquarius energy working together with that Temperance card, finding that balance of the opposites is coming out. And then we have Chrysocolla. Pretty sure that's not at all how you say that, but this says start fresh. You know, it's a new week, it's a new month, it's the first of the month. We have that great conjunction happening on the 1st, and it's time for something new. And a lot of times when it's time to begin and start something new, it feels scary, it feels overwhelming, and that's probably why I'm picking up on like this stillness without a chaos and some panic attacks happening, because it's like, shit, how do I do this? How do I start fresh? How do I begin and start all over? I don't know how to do that. You just gotta let it be. And then we have Bloodstone. Get up and get moving. So moving that body around, because I feel like there's a lot of stiffness and stress stuck in these whole areas right here. So even just starting out slow and doing some breathing techniques, yoga, stretching before you go to bed, when you wake up. It doesn't have to be anything vigorous if you're not feeling like it, but maybe some of you guys may be in the beginning of the week, because we have the Virgo moon making a trine with Mars, that action planet. So, you know, maybe in the beginning of the week, this would be a good time to really get going, get moving. You want to do something different with your body. So anyways, comment down below how this reading resonated. If you stayed this long in this reading, comment a I don't know. I was gonna say, no, don't do that. Comment a star emoji. A star, like in the sky, stars.